So I built my short form social media platforms on one thing: typing videos. Quick videos of showing off the sound of my keyboards and adding a little spice: my typing speed. But there's one problem with my typing videos: they don't hit over a minute, meaning the words per minute counter isn't really accurate. So let's find out, how fast can I really type in 1 minute? Alright, so now that I have your attention, the point of this video is to get you to become a faster typer and hopefully hit over 100 words per minute. I'll go over the basic techniques on how to become a faster typer, my personal tips and tricks for you, and how to continue to improve your speed. Now, before getting into the lesson, I do want to give Asus a huge shout out for sponsoring this video. I've been working with them for almost a year now, and they've spruced up my setup to really give you guys these quality videos. Starting with the keyboard itself, this is the Azoth Extreme Mechanical Custom Keyboard, a $500 pre-built keyboard that has all the bells and whistles you'll need to stay on top of your work and game at the highest level. Next, we have the ROG Aura Monitor Light Bar. This illuminates the peripherals to give you guys the iconic bird's eye view for my typing videos. And as a content creator, the way I edit my videos and improve productivity overall, and best of all, get the immersive gameplay, I use the ROG Swift OLED PG34WCDM ultra-wide OLED monitor that's reliable in all scenarios of work and play. Lastly, the one thing that's holding up these two, keeping my workspace looking nice and tidy, we get the ROG Ergo monitor arm, which can easily swivel, position the monitor in any way needed, and is sturdy enough to hold up this heavy OLED monitor. My next personal build is going to be an AMD build featuring the newest motherboard lines thanks to Asus. The ROG Strix X870A gaming Wi-Fi motherboard will be featured, and I'll be custom water looping it. That'll be in the next video sometime soon. Thank you to Asus for the endless support for my personal builds, client builds, or just sending PC parts over and over. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. All the product links that I've mentioned before will be linked in the bio. First and foremost, I want to talk to you about touch typing in home row. What is it? It's the typing form where your hands are supposed to sit properly on the keyboard. Have you noticed these little indents and bumps on the F and J key? This tells your muscle memory that your fingers, index fingers to be exact, should rest right here. And every finger after that is following, which is known as the home row. So remember, this is the default typing form, which means your fingers will naturally rest just like that. Some of you may not like this part, but if you have a certain way of typing, for example, using only one finger, the pecker method, it's time to get rid of that and to start learning the proper way. Mavis Beacon taught me back in the day. I was in 7th grade at a computers class, and it taught you the basics of typing and using Microsoft Office. And to pass that class, you had to type over 40 words per minute, which is the national average words per minute. Unfortunately, Mavis Beacon is no longer around. There's a website out there called Typing Club that has similar lessons just like Mavis Beacon. If you're totally new to typing, let's say you're the pecker typist, you need to complete all these lessons to start implementing my tips and tricks on how to improve your speed in typing. So we got the basics down. Let's say you graduated Typing Club. Congratulations. You got the home row muscle memory. You have a good idea as to which finger should be clicking what letter. But knowing the basics isn't enough to be a fast typer. You have to practice. You may know the fundamentals of basketball, but if you're not going to the gym, putting in the work, perfecting your form, training and conditioning your body, you basically have to do the same for typing. You gotta apply it. The website I use to make my typing videos is Monkey Type. It's fun, interactive, you can change the colors, customize the interface, and easy to pull up in a few seconds. So tip number 1, practice finding your rhythm in typing. Focus on the fundamentals, especially on accuracy first. Once you're confident in your accuracy in typing, then you can move on and improve your speed. In fact, you will start seeing your speed increase just by focusing on accuracy. I'm telling you right now, it's a superpower to type fast. When I'm scripting or writing a business email, whatever I'm thinking during the process, I just know my hands can keep up with my brain. Versus if my hands can't keep up with my brain, then I probably lose a good idea or a good thought process and never get that task done, or at least you never get that right idea on paper. So practice, practice, practice. I urge you to apply it. Don't be afraid to fail. It's gonna happen. Tip number 2. This is arguably the hardest thing to do when you're learning how to type. Do not look at your keyboard. You will never see a fast typer look at their keyboard because they don't have to. They have enough confidence and accuracy to understand whatever they're typing is gonna show up on the screen. It takes time to look at the keyboard. It takes time to read what you're reading. So if you're going back and forth looking at your keyboard to the screen, to the keyboard, to the screen, you're not gonna achieve that fluent rhythm that these fast typers have. And worst of all, you're never gonna learn how to type properly. So refrain from looking at your keyboard the best that you can. Back in my computer class, we had this thin silicone layer. It's called speed skins, but it prevented us from looking at the keyboard because it was just a blank slate. The buttons were still pressable, but there was no point in looking at your keyboard because there was nothing that was showing up. Thanks to the speed skins, I was able to learn how to type the proper way. You gotta trust your gut and know that the key you're hitting is the key that you want. It's definitely difficult, but you can do it. Practice. Last tip, but it's not a mandatory tip. It just keeps the journey interesting. Get a custom keyboard or a pre-built keyboard that you're happy with. The reason I choose to type on a mechanical keyboard is because of the sound, the feel, the typing experience. It makes this way more enjoyable and fun. Right now I'm using the ROG Azoth Extreme. Mind you, it's a $500 keyboard, but it doesn't have to be a $500 keyboard. I can switch it off to a cheaper keyboard. It may have a different sound and feel and experience, but it's still comfortable because it uses the same switch type. The switches I'm using right now in the Azoth Extreme are called the ROG NX switches, which are linear switches. They have that creamy, thocky sound that everyone knows and loves, but most important thing about the linear switch is that it has a softer typing feel. This allows me to have a more relaxed experience when I'm learning, which prevents me from tensing up. But personally, I want to know that I successfully clicked the switch, and that's why I like tactile switches. Each time I click the switch, it has that tactile bump feedback that every time you click it, I know that I successfully click that switch. This helps me type faster because I don't have time to second guess my actions. I can continue to focus on increasing my speed thanks to tactile switches. Anyways, again, this is not mandatory, but there's no harm in putting some fun into the learning. And the best way to have fun is to choose your own weapon during this process. All right, there's always room for improvement. I'm not the fastest typer in the world because I have plenty of flaws in my typing form. For example, I barely use my pinkies. I use my other fingers to hit their keys because it's more comfortable to me. However, is that proper form? Nope. It can always be improved on. But I was actually referring to the fact that your typing speed can always be improved on. And to continue increasing your speed, you have to focus on accuracy first. A lot of people in my comment sections on TikTok and Instagram, how do I improve my typing speed? How do I improve it? How do I do this? How do I do that? Well, the secret is the accuracy comes first. As long as you're confident in your typing form, you'll definitely increase speed. It's always rough in the beginning at first, especially not looking at your keyboard. So improve every day, whether it's 50 words per minute, try to hit for 51, 52. Improvement is improvement. And practice anytime that you have free time. It literally takes 10 seconds to pull up monkey type and just start practicing. I actually don't think it consumes much of anyone's time. You can literally pull up monkey type in a COD lobby between queue times. You can do it anytime. You're just being lazy. Stay consistent, have the mindset that you can do it, and give it some time. Also, use a wrist rest. Take care of your health. Don't tense up. Don't force the process. Take your time. Have fun with it. Don't be like me. I got carpal tunnel. Keep it simple. Have fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification for more videos like this, and let me know in the comments below what your current words per minute is, and try these tips and tricks. After 2 weeks or even a month, let me know your new words per minute. All right, good luck everyone. See ya.